Welcome back, children. Today we are continuing the sample question paper 3. We have already completed 17 questions. Section B continuing. Okay, we are in this part. We will be discussing 5 questions from section B. Okay. Now you can understand the 18th question. 17th already completed in the previous module, and 18th question. What is the similarity of pattern of inheritance in color blindness and hemophilia? Color blindness and hemophilia is sex-linked recessive disorder. Sex-linked recessive disorder. Why they are called sex-linked? Because the gene, recessive gene, is linked to the X chromosome. The recessive gene causes this, color blindness and hemophilia, that is linked to the X chromosome. Okay, so it is called sex-linked recessive disorder. And the pattern of inheritance is similar. Hence, the pattern of inheritance is similar. Females have 2 X chromosomes, whereas males have only 1 X chromosome. Okay? The chromosome, that color blindness, for example, let me write C for this, small c. If only 1 X chromosome of the mother, of the female, has this recessive gene for this color blindness, the individual become carrier. The female become carrier. So, to become the color blind, the female should have 2 but recessive gene in both the X chromosomes. So, we can understand that the homozygous condition of the recessive gene only established that the person is color blind. But in this case, you can see the female who is carrier means the chromosome, X chromosome contain only 1 recessive gene for color blindness, will be inherited this to the male or female progenies. Male or female progeny, because each X chromosome that can be inherited to the male or female progenies. Whereas in males, you can see the X chromosome is single 1. So the presence of this gene, hemophilic gene, the recessive gene for color blindness in the single chromosome, X chromosome, make the male color blind. No carrier condition. No carrier condition. So you have to understand that male, in this case, male is only color blind, no carrier, but female can be carrier as well as color blind. Okay, and you have to understand that the female becoming color blind is very negligible, that is 0.04%, whereas male becoming hemophilic is 8%. Okay, percent. 80%. You have to understand that. And another important feature, the hemophilic individual, the colorblind individual cannot identify because of the presence of this recessive gene, the hemophilic. The colorblind individuals cannot identify red and the green. They cannot distinguish red and green. Such a condition is called colorblind. So, we can understand that the females are either carrier if only 1 recessive gene C, he represents C for color blind, it's a recessive gene associated with or linked with the X chromosome. The female can be either carrier if only 1 recessive gene is present in one of the X chromosomes. If both the chromosomes, X chromosome contain the C, then it becomes, color blind. So, the possibility of becoming female is very less. To become this color blind, this individual, this progeny's father should be colorblind and mother should be either carrier or colorblind. So that condition is very rare. And here, to become the male colorblind, what is that? The female either should be carrier or colorblind, and then to become the male colorblind, what we say, from the father, what only Y chromosome she received. Okay, so we can say that father will not inherit the X chromosomes to the son, only to the male. So the son becoming less prone if the father is what is called colorblind. So this type of inheritance we have to understand. Okay. Now hemophilia also shows the same pattern of inheritance. Okay. That is also sex-linked inheritance in which the X chromosome possesses the gene for recessive gene for hemophilia. Like these females can be either carrier or hemophilic. To become the carrier, the female's X chromosome, one of the X chromosome linked with only one recessive gene. To become hemophilic, the female should have both the X chromosome should possess the gene, recessive gene. Okay. And for a female to become the hemophilic, her mother should have been either carrier or hemophilic, and father should be hemophilic. In such cases, father cannot be viable as he is hemophilic. So there is very less chance for transferring the hemophilia to the females. Whereas males have more opportunities. 50% of the male can be hemophilic because one of the gene which carry. Suppose in the recessive condition, in this heterozygous condition, this X chromosome carrying this gene 4, recessive gene 4 hemophilic, yes, suppose yes, we inherit. Then you can see the son may possess this hemophilic X, and the son will be hemophilic. So mother can transfer or inherit the hemophilic gene to the son, and hence the son becomes hemophilic. Okay, so you have to remember this point and understand. Okay, now the next one. Compare the properties of Down syndrome and Klinefelter syndrome. Down syndrome and Klinefelter syndrome are abnormalities caused due to the presence of an extra chromosome. In Down syndrome, we can see there is one extra chromosome. It is a autosomal disorder in which in Down syndrome 21st pair of autosomes contain one more additional chromosome. So this condition, this is 2n plus 1. Okay, here 2 plus 1 means 2 chromosomes. 21st, suppose these are the chromosomes, and to which one more chromosome is added. So we can say trisomy. This condition is called trisomy. Okay, trisomy. So 3 chromosomes come together. That's why it is trisomy Down syndrome. So it is an autosomal disorder in which 21st chromosome possesses one extra chromosome. So 21st chromosome pair means 2 chromosomes plus 1 extra chromosome, 3 chromosomes. That is called trisomy. Such individual, Down syndrome individuals, we can say certain physical, mental and psychomotor development is retarded, sterile. The face is small and round. There is a palm crease on the hands. All these are the features. At the same time, the Klinefelter syndrome usually affects the males. The males usually possess XY chromosome, and along with that one more X chromosome This is the condition having one extra chromosome, one extra sex chromosome in the male. Such males, we can say 47 karyotype, we can see 47 chromosome, and such individuals, as the males possess one extra X chromosome, develop feminine character like a breast development, that is called a gynecomastia, and also sterile they are. That's all about this 19th question. Now 20th question, explain the terms citron, exons and introns. Citrons are the segment of the DNA which code for a polypeptide chain or protein chain. So you can see this is the mRNA, suppose mRNA. In this mRNA, there may be one segment. There may be one segment which can code for one polypeptide or protein chain. It may contain more than one amino acid, codons. Say 10 codons may be there. That codon segment, 10 codon segment we call what we citron. This will code for a single protein or polypeptide chain. That is called a citron. Okay, got it? A segment of the DNA which code for a single polypeptide chain or protein chain is called citron. It may contain more than one codon. Okay. Each codon control one amino acid, code for one amino acid. So the polypeptide chain may contain suppose 10 amino acids. There may be 10 codons in the citron. At the same time, citrons may be two categories: monocistronic and polycistronic. Monocistronic DNA or RNA is found in the eukaryotes, whereas in bacteria and prokaryotes we can see more than one citrons. So they are called polycistronic. That is another story. Now in eukaryotes, suppose one citron is only there, and in this citron, suppose this is the citron, okay? Citron, there may be coding sequence called exons. In between the coding sequence, there may be intron, non-coding sequence. Coding sequence means it code for a particular amino acid or a particular protein in a polypeptide chain. So exons may be called. So we can understand in monocistronic structural gene, we can say the citron may have exons and introns. Exons may be coding sequence of citron, and introns are non-coding sequence. So you can see here in this, here is again exon coding sequence. Then this is intron, again exon. So we can say in a monocistron substructural gene in a eukaryote, there may be exon which is interrupted with introns. Such arrangement of the exons and introns alternately is called a split gene sequence. So you got what is exon? It is a coding sequence on the citron, and introns are the non-coding sequence. So in a mature or processed mRNA, only exons will be there. Introns will be removed during the processing time. This removal of the introns is called the splicing. Okay, right. Now we are now coming to retroviruses have no DNA. 21st question. Retroviruses have no DNA. However, the DNA of infected host cell possesses viral DNA. So retroviruses, the genetic material is RNA. This RNA, when enter into the host cell, this RNA will be reverse transcriptized into a viral DNA. On reverse transcription, when the RNA is injected in the host cell, the RNA will transcribe and into a protein, into a DNA. That is what is called a reverse transcriptase. So RNA becomes DNA in the host cell. This is what is called a reverse transcription, and the enzyme for this is reverse transcriptase. So inside the host cell, you can see the host cell, the viral RNAs viral DNAs are formed by reverse transcriptase. This viral DNA incorporates incorporate into the DNA of the host cell. Okay, and control the host DNA for the multiplication of the viral DNAs. Okay, that's it. So we can understand that when the virus infect or retrovirus infect the host cell, the RNA injected into the host cell, and inside the host cell, using the machinery of the host DNA, the RNA reverse transcriptized into viral DNA. The process is called reverse transcription. Okay, and then viral DNA incorporate into the host DNA and multiply to many viral particles. Now 22nd. Name the genetic disorder caused due to the absence of X chromosome. Turner syndrome. In Turner syndrome, you can see there is one absence of chromosome, that is X chromosome. So the individuals suffering from this Turner syndrome lack one X chromosome. So we write X0. Such females, this Turner syndrome usually affect the female because one of the X chromosome is only missing. That is what is Turner syndrome. So Turner syndrome is the condition in which the human female lacking one X chromosome. So the female will have only X0. Such females are sterile. We can understand. Of course, they are sterile. And such sterile females will have to, have some important feature, rudimentary ovaries, because of the presence of single X and no second X chromosome. They do not have ovaries, rudimentary ovaries, and also sterile. Okay.